good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Blue Shirt Barn. My name is Tom Murphy. This with Jerry Spangenberg. We just got done watching Carolina and Washington, and didn't turn out too well for Washington. They're now down 3-1. They lost by a score of 5-2. So I think they're in big trouble with Carolina, and we'll see where it goes. But I think they have a big hole to dig out of right now. They're in big trouble. Carolina seems to have. It's so funny because the game before, like Washington seemed to have control for like more than half the game, and they just couldn't score, and Carolina did, and Carolina continued to score and carry
It,
the play tonight. So here we are.
it's that pressure, man. They just constant pressure. I mean, they had more shots on a penalty kill, 4 minute penalty kill than Washington did on the whole power
Yeah,
play.
Washington looks a little scared. Like I know they had a great record this year, but I actually picked Carolina in this series. That was one series I think I got right. So
They don't know how to beat them, and the thing of it is they stop them on the neutral zone, and
yep.
that's where they keep getting them like between the center ice and their own blue line. They're just stopping them right there.
Hmm.
And then when they do try and dump it in, the goalie gets a hold of it. You can't do that. You
Yeah.
got to dump it in the corner where he can't touch it, and
Yeah.
then you got to beat them to the puck. It's just they weren't as aggressive.
And
Carolina wants it.
And the other game tonight, we got Vegas and Edmonton, and Edmonton's up early, 1-0. Obviously, the other night, Edmonton jumped out to a 2-0 lead, and saw Vegas come back and tie it, then take the lead. Edmonton evened it up, and a late goal by our old friend Riley Smith uh, was the winner with less than 15 seconds to go. So big win for Vegas. Let's see what happens tonight. You know what I mean? See if they can follow this up. If obviously if Edmonton wins, they're in the same seat as Carolina. They'll take control of the series, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll go from there. You know what I mean? I really thought Vegas was dead the other night, and they showed a lot of resilience and toughness coming back
Yeah,
in that
it's
game.
if they tie this series, then you're gonna
Whole
have
different ball game.
it's gonna be a barn burner there.
And to the heavyweight fight, like we were talking about last night, Florida even the series with Toronto, and that's been a really nasty series. A lot of cheap shots, head shots, whatever you want to call it. The one thing I would say is, if I'm Toronto, I'm a little scared because Bobrovsky looks like he's playing. He played a lot better last night, and if he gets on his game, I think they could be in trouble. We'll see
Yeah,
tomorrow when the series shifts back to Toronto, but Toronto's
yeah,
playoff history has not been kind to them, so we'll see where that goes.
it definitely not. I mean, but the NHL, like I seen somebody saying today that it was like this is a conspiracy with Colin Campbell, and it goes back to his, I guess, his son who played Greg Campbell,
Yeah.
and he's part of the Florida Panthers organization. So whether
Player
that's
safety's been a joke for years, though. I mean, they never
yeah,
punish the guys that are repeat offenders, habitual offenders. Like they never do, and it's just you know,
I
it,
seen so many elbows in that game, and then that one with Max Domi. I mean, you're gonna suspend that, or you're gonna fine him $5,000, but you're not gonna suspend him.
he's
Like,
got that
what
money
kind of
under his
message are you
pillow. Like
sending?
stop. Like
Yeah, and these guys got money, so like 5 grand is that really gonna hurt his pocket? I
I
mean,
know.
taking him out of the series would hurt him more and
Oh
hurt
yeah,
their team more. And they're just basically saying, "Oh, here, you just got to pay a ticket and you
a
can do
slap on
whatever
the
you
wrist.
want."
It's all it is.
Yeah.
So it is
I
what
don't
it
think
is.
that's I don't think that's right.
No, and the player safety thing has been a joke for years,
I
and
mean, the
everyone
whole
knows it.
thing with Bennett and Solars, like he says they're friends, and he called him afterwards, and he didn't realize he did that. Like, dude, you literally stuck your elbow out as you were going behind him. You hit him on purpose, and the dude's still in Florida in a hospital with a
Mm-hmm.
concussion. He ain't
Yep.
coming back,
Yep.
and you put him out. And like you said, they should be when you injure somebody, you should be out as long as that player's out
With
till
no
they
pay.
come back. Yeah, with no pay. If the guy's out the whole season, well, you just screwed up. You'll see, like you said, it'll put an end to it real quick.
And speaking of that, Vegas and Edmonton, they just tripped the goaltender for Vegas, and there's a fight just broke out, and like bunch of penalties are being handed out right now.
My word.
So, it is. I mean, again, you're trying to get into people's heads. I get you're trying to get an edge, but you know, it is what it is. And like I said, player safety's been a joke in the NHL for years and years. So whatever, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Yeah. Yep.
And last but not least, we got Dallas and Winnipeg. Dallas got back in the driver's seat. They're up 2-1, and now you're hearing whispers about a possible goaltending change in Winnipeg. I really don't know how you can go there, considering
Man, I
you
tell you
probably
what,
have the Vezina Trophy winner in Hellebuck. Like I don't know how you can pull him. I
the
don't know.
dude's he's having a tough playoffs, but I tell you what, you pull him, what
You
kind of
might
message
shatter
is
him,
that? Yeah, well, not only that, you're going to shatter your team. I mean, it's going to
and
send just like shockwaves through that whole
the thing
team.
is too, you're in a tough spot because he's not been great on the road, and you're still in Dallas for another game. So I
But
I really
we
don't know
could
what's
be
smarter.
wrong because we've been wrong about every other game if they put
Yeah,
the backup
true.
goalie
And
in.
Scott Arniel, he's got his hands full with that one because that's like that's a game changer right there if you pull him.
You imagine they put the backup goalie in, he stands on his head like Martin Brodeur did to
Or
Chris
if he gives up
Terreri.
four
You know what I
goals in the
mean?
first period, like you're going to put Hellebuck back in there, like I mean,
Right? Yeah. I mean, he could stand on his head.
he could. And again, that's kind of a tough one. And on a lighter note, Ken Holland, who was the GM of the Red Wings for years and recently with Edmonton, rumors were he might end up in Chicago. He surfaces in Los Angeles. So, great hire by the Kings, I think. He's a good hockey man. So, we'll see where that goes. He'll be working with Rob Lake, who's the president over there, and, see how it goes. I think the Kings are really close. I think they have a really good team, but, you know, we'll see.
You're going to see a shift in playoffs again next year because a lot of these big teams that are in it this year, they got a lot of free agents coming up, and there's
Yeah,
going to be a lot of moving this summer. And you're going to see a lot of teams that didn't make the playoffs this year make the playoffs.
yeah.
So
Anaheim could be
unless
one of those teams.
unless these big teams can kind of make some good deals in the offseason to kind of keep them in contention.
Yeah, it's it's always an interesting off season with the salary cap, so we'll see. But like I say, this series is starting to get a little nasty too. Vegas and Edmonton, so we'll see where that goes.
Nice. All right.
All right, Jer, let me get off. We'll get off here real quick. Not bad.
I think that'll wrap it up. Check us out at Instagram at Blue Shirt Barn Hockey Show. Check us out on YouTube, which you might be seeing us here, or our podcasts on YouTube. Our podcast is now also on Spotify. So check us out.
Look at those.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can keep seeing our feed come up on your phone, your laptop, because we love hockey and we want to share it with you. Thank you.
Have a great night. Not bad. Like I said.
Yeah, it was good.